What's poppin', everybody? Just another Sunday morning freestyling, like always, in which I'm just gonna discuss the things that I think are gonna move the next decades our world, and what I think are gonna be the big shifts in the next decades and the next, I don't know, 20 years, 10 years, 30 years. First of all, I think that many topics are discussed. They are on the main newspapers. They are everywhere. We can see them, and I'm not really structuring this video. I think some of the big shifts are gonna be the introduction and intersection, pretty much, that is gonna happen between commerce, software, and manufacturing. I think that we have seen a big shift already in the digital world, and those shifts have happened pretty much in several different industries. The change that has been happening in commerce has already been very big, and also software has been part of it by letting companies and also solopreneurs or small companies or entrepreneurs that were starting up. Software pretty much allowed them to build products that were digital, and those products had several characteristics that made them very different compared to actual physical products. One of the big news, I think, one of the big new things that is gonna come to the market is gonna be the digital manufacturing. Now, as far as this topic is concerned, I'm not really sure how this is gonna happen, but I think that there's gonna be this intersection, which is gonna be a great shift. It's gonna make a great shift happen, and I think that a lot of the hard products, the products that we can touch, the physical products, the production of those products is gonna be democratized. Of course, I can have some guesses about how this is gonna happen, but I'm not sure 100%. Maybe somebody from India is gonna make them and send them in the US, or you can also say that this is already happening. Maybe, or maybe what's gonna happen is that it's gonna be way easier to build components of very big physical products, like for example houses, homes, I don't know, planes, cars, or what else do we have? Ships, boats. It's gonna be easier to make them from a computer to the physical part, the physical final product. We all know that this is already the way in which it is happening, but I think that the shift is gonna be way stronger, and the shift in that is gonna be connected to a way more internationalized world, in which first of all the process of production is gonna be way faster, so the way in which you produce is gonna the time to bring the product to the market, new products to the market, is gonna be way shorter, and then also it's gonna be way easier. So everybody's gonna say, yo, this is already the way in which it is happening. Yes, true, but I think it's like, I think right now we're in the early, I don't know, 1995 of digital manufacturing compared to the internet. If we consider the internet, maybe, I think, maybe we're in the year 1995, and it didn't happen yet. And of course, it's as we keep on going, we're gonna see how it's gonna shift. Then I also think that the blockchain is gonna have a big involvement in this. The use of also the way in which applications on the blockchain are gonna be built is gonna be way different compared to the actual way in which applications are built. I also think that there are gonna be layers evolving on the blockchain, and development process of the applications that are gonna come to the market is gonna become easier and easier with new technologies that are gonna be implemented. Pretty much, I think those are the years in which several layers and technologies are being built on the blockchain. So we're not there yet. the easiness is not there yet. And I also think that is going to intersect as well with the digital manufacturing that we were talking about before. Of course, there's going to be a great focus on renewable energies. Renewable energies, probably, I don't know if they're going to be the only way or the major way of production energy in the future, but I think that's a big trend that is going to be very important in the future and in the coming decades. I also think that probably that's going to have an impact not just on bigger companies that are using renewable energies to do two things. One, pretty much to make the process more efficient of producing and more green, but also I think the scale at which renewable energy are gonna come into play is also gonna have an impact on smaller size businesses, because of course at the beginning the technology is gonna be very expensive and the different ways of producing the new energy are gonna be very expensive. But what I think is gonna happen is that the prices are gonna go down, and it's gonna be easier for all sorts of companies to have access to them. And of course, you can say yes, there are already smaller companies investing in that direction. But what I mean is that receiving a call. That's the good part of doing it live. But what I was saying is that the different technologies applying to the different businesses are gonna become cheaper and cheaper. Considering all the several technologies, and of course new technologies and new ways of making energy probably, not certainly, but probably are gonna come out. I also think that there's gonna be a shift in the way in which channels of distribution are not gonna be revolutionized, but there's gonna be a shift in volumes, considering the kind of very industrialized products that are gonna be sold through the internet. Because of course right now commerce online is very developed. Of course there are a lot of companies selling online, but what I think is that many products that are gonna be sold online are gonna be not new products, but new categories of products that are gonna go online. For sure, that is gonna, all of those things put together are gonna bring to several consequences. Some of which is gonna be maybe the speed at which all the types of sectors are gonna operate, thanks to the many innovations and implementations that are gonna be taken into those kind of sectors. For example, I think that sectors like agriculture or manufacturing or I don't know, any older type of business which we can call more boring business, those businesses are going to increase the speed at which they operate. And I don't know, those are just suppositions and things that come to my mind, but and maybe those are never going to become true. But what I think is that it's very important to open our eyes and think about what's happening in the world and try to make sense of the future direction in which we are going and how all of those things put together are going to change the way in which we work, we live, and we do business. And also the way in which we build the new world. We can say, of course, talking about the new world, that maybe we're going to go on another planet. Maybe, we don't know, or maybe there are gonna be new industries which are not developed yet. Like, for example, if we consider the space industry, of course, it is an industry that is growing, but it is not yet as big as other industries. Or we can also say that it is not as big as it's going to be in the future, of course. And also we're gonna see the decline, not of industries, but of business models, I think. Maybe they're not gonna disappear, but the volume of the amount of revenue that they're gonna generate is gonna change in the years. Some are gonna crash, some others are not gonna crash, maybe. I don't know, just a freestyle about everything that goes on in my head and everything that I think about and that I like to share. Peace, have a good Sunday. This was all freestyle.